What's up, YouTube Grizzly Squad fam? The second. Thank you guys so much for being with me again. So I'm just giving you guys just your regular old update. So we've been really moving through this devastation with, the double miscarriages, and we got some kind of somewhat good news, but I'm not gonna even bring it up until I can confirm it. So yeah, there's that. And I continuously keep on being called by this memorial / funeral services from Arizona and Flagstaff. They said that they would honor me and my miscarriage and things like that, and it sounds really, really becoming. Everything except for the $3,400 that they say that we would have to pay them up front for them to initiate that. There's no way in hell that I got that kind of money and that I'm even going to moderately be able to, pay it off. I would love, and hear me out on this, and I know it's not your average everyday memorial, aka funeral, mortuary type services. Answer yourself. And I understand that is not like your average everyday thing, but hear me out on this. It's a tree, and basically what they want to do is, they put your loved ones or your children's ashes or whoever, period, under, beneath this tree. They've explained it fully to me. They can even plant floral seeds so that around this tree, around the trunk primarily, you can, have the beautiful flowers and really get that full out experience of being able to travel to Flagstaff, being able to just be submerged and surrounded by your loved ones who passed, which is, it would really truly be momentous if I could make that happen. Again, unfortunately, I don't have $3,400 to make it happen. I would love it if I did, but it doesn't, and I don't. So, either I'm going to do a memorial at a public park here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Clark County, or build a shrine within my personal home. But I do and I will still conduct a memorial service. I've been the face of a million places, really, for about the past month and a half since I've had that miscarriage happen. This was one of those avenues that I was considering taking, but Isabel, no jumping in my car. And so it was one of the difficult, aspects, of it all, is that, this is, my child that obviously is departed now, is no longer with the family. And to even have to just walk through, and I think really grandparents and other parents out there can really empathize with this, that it's incredibly difficult to bury them, and I don't know what it is. It's just one of those things. It's incredibly heart-wrenching, difficult. And even though I sound like I'm talking like normal, underneath, in the bottom of my mind, I'm just screaming loud, and I just want to burst into tears and just, how when toddlers have a tantrum, they just throw themselves to the ground and just scream hysterically. Honestly, and if I'm being truthful to my fans out there, the last time that I did that was when I was in Bakersfield and I found out that my aunt died from brain cancer. And eventually it would go on to where, my older sister went to the hospital to have the last visit with my aunt, knowing that, in fact, I was the one who truly cared for her and loved her and things like that. And, I just feel like they didn't want little to nothing to do with her because she was in a project home apartment, and it was just, it's one of those things that makes you extremely upset. So with that being said, I was really, really incredibly upset by that because I felt like she took my final opportunity to say anything to my aunt away. And my aunt has been dead since 2014, and she lasted a long time, you guys. And I miss her greatly. I miss my tia Vilma. Like, words can't express the void I feel in my life, because she was my go-to girl. She was older than me, but we had the heart of warriors. I could talk to this woman just about anything in my life, and she would straight up be the one to be there for me. She would be that crying shoulder if I needed it. You know where I'm going with it, right? Well, anyways, long story short, she's been dead for so long now, and it's been difficult. And then to go through a double loss in the fashion that I did, it's very difficult. And I may potentially have some exciting news, but again, I'm not going to bring it up or say anything until I am successfully able to confirm for myself first, before I even release that information to my fans and things like that, because I don't want to misguide you guys. And so I gotta confirm it with not just myself again with another test, but with my OBGYN, because he's just an awesome man. He has his family. He has 4 boys, and I have 2, and I have 2 really rowdy girls. So we understand each other, on that like subliminal, level, I guess, and it's parenting life, and everybody knows it's not easy. But anyways, guys, so long story short, I've been getting this call back to back from this guy in Flagstaff, and they really want to be there to support my husband and me and my kids through this time. I just can't, and I told him, I'm based in Clark County, Las Vegas, Nevada. For the life of me, I can't, I don't have the means, I should say, to travel to and from on a consistent basis to visit my baby. I much more rather have a shrine in my home, or, a public park where I can go visit my baby. And I wish on my life that, the funeral homes and mortuaries would reach out to me, and they don't. I've been turned away, by the coldest hearted people, and I don't even understand why they got these people working for this mortuaries and funeral homes at all, because when you lose a loved one, it's devastating. When you lose a child, it's worse than losing a loved one that's been alive for X amount of years. Understand that. And I cannot stand this mantra of, well, you miscarried earlier on, so you don't matter. I cannot stand that for the freaking life of me, okay? I was 6.5 weeks when I lost my baby. That baby was just as real as any 13, 14, 15-week pregnancy loss, etc. So that really made me mad. And I've just been really moving through the motions of you know what? I'm going to keep peace. I'm going to let my baby rest in peace, even though I know I'm torn into pieces internally, and I'm, conscientiously not talking about it with my family, because I don't want to add to the sadness and, the stress and things like that. So I keep a lot inside of me, but at the same time, I know that they're with God. I know that, if they had been brought to life, my baby would have had heart complications. And I, without a, doubt, wouldn't want that, and, if God had let me keep that pregnancy, I would absolutely would have taken good care of that baby. But it breaks my heart to see, any of my kids struggle, and not just my kids, but anybody's kids struggle. And so I think I just contradicted myself. That's stupid. But if this baby had been born, I would have let it live and taken care of it just like any other one of my kids. Just because you're disabled doesn't mean you are worthless or that you're not priceless. You are worth everything, because God put you on this green earth for a reason. And unfortunately, in my circumstance, God didn't permit that pregnancy to go on. Somebody told me that my baby had heart complications, and that this is in fact the reason why my baby didn't make it to term. With that being said, I feel this immense need to get a necklace with a, God, I don't know what they're called, but you can put the ashes in there. And I only have a little bit of remains from my baby when I lost it. So I don't know if I can put it in there, because obviously I'm not a crematorium. I don't know how these things work. And so, but I want a necklace or something so I can just have a piece of the baby with me. And I don't know if this is awkward, because to me, honestly, I kind of felt like it was very therapeutic. The pregnancy test, from when I found out that I was pregnant and lost the baby, I carry them around with me. And it just brings me a little bit closer to that baby that we lost. But I'm hoping that, I can successfully get that necklace, put the remains in there. And yeah, that's just what it is. Because I was early on. I was 6.5 weeks. So it's not like, obviously, there's nothing. But anyways, you guys, I do got to get my night started, because I do got to work and all that great stuff. And I just would really appreciate from my fans if you kept my kids, me and my husband, in your prayers and positive vibes. Just because I look normal, just because I don't have tears streaming down my face, doesn't mean I have stopped hurting inside and mourning my losses. And while I have some potentially exciting news, it doesn't take away or replace anything. It's equally as traumatic, and it's still very difficult to go on. But I know God's timing. God gives and takes away life, and He's the one true King. So when He ordains that, He wants us to conceive again, He'll make it happen. I have full faith and I believe. In Jesus' name, amen. But anyways, so, shit. With that being said, guys, unfortunately, I do got to get my night started, because I didn't go and do my morning shift like I should have. I had too much crap to deal with in the morning. But God bless everybody. Please stay safe. Honestly, people are horrified of the flu, and I don't even understand that, dude. That's exactly what COVID is. It's just a mutated version of the flu. Okay? One of the things that I did for my husband was I got tequila, honey, and yellow lemon. You mix it all. It tastes absolutely disgusting, but it works. That absolutely will make COVID go away. It worked for my husband within under a week. And so that's for an adult, obviously. For children, you're going to want to get a lot of vitamin C, push it on them, get them to drink a lot of fluids, because whether you believe it or not, when you urinate, the virus kind of just leaves your body, and it leaves way to help you or allow you to heal better. A lot of people are like, believing the pandemic, including family members, which if they want to be mind washed and whatever, that's fine. That's their business. But I'm not going to allow it in my family. And by God's grace and in love and guidance, I cured my husband. So, if you guys do have any questions in regards to that, please don't hesitate to inbox me or whatever. I'm always available. I'm always at your disposal. If you are sick from rashes, I'm not going to sit here and say I can fix a broken bone quite yet, because I can't. I would be lying to you straight up if I said I could. But what I can do is, if you have rashes, if you have stomach problems or skin problems, those are the things I can help you with. Or like even migraine, headaches, and things like that. But I will say that I am blessed, because I do study. For those of you who don't know, I studied natural holistic medicine for 8.5 years. I've been, looking up the corruption and cover-ups with Anthony Fauci and the croonies in the White House, etc. I've been really keeping up with everything, doing my due diligence and things, etc. With that being said, guys, that's how I know all these things, and I'm always at your disposal if you need some help to feel better. And hit me up. Love you, squad. Peace. Bye-bye.